Hello everybody, this is the Raven Knight coming at you with another weekly update, and let's get started with some good news, guys. I really want to talk about this. This is awesome. My brother Lark seems to be recovering. He seems to be doing a lot better. His fever is almost completely gone. It's still kind of there, but it's much lower than it has been. He feels a lot better. His muscle and back aches are mostly gone. He still has some congestion, definitely in his inner ear, because he has some brain fog and vertigo. But we're hoping that goes away in a few days. I'm thinking within 2 or 3 days, tops, we'll be able to see him come completely back to normal. And then he'll be able to feel better, behave better, and maybe even work on a new video. You never know. Whatever the case, Lark is doing better, which makes me happy, which really helps me since I've been dealing with a lot of funk lately. I'll get into more of that later. For now, let's talk about the stuff y'all have been asking for. First of all, the Warden Fashion contest. Everyone's been asking me, when is that coming out? When are you talking about the fashion contest? When are you announcing the winner? I'll get to it. I've been a little distracted with my brother and taking care of him, and also handling a lot of negativity on the channel, which again, I'll get to. But because of that, it's taken me some time to get to that. I will release a video, hopefully sometime this week. Not sure when, but I'm going to try to release a video sometime this week announcing my top 3 favorite Warden Fashion contest winners. Okay? I've seen them. A lot of them look really, really good. It's a hard choice, and it's going to take some time to really decide which ones I like best. Just give me some time, okay? I'm getting to it. All right. So now let's talk about the other big thing, the testing ground changes. So last Thursday, they released the testing grounds. And it's the first time in a long time that I've seen the testing grounds so popular. Everyone's been playing the testing grounds. In fact, they've been playing the testing ground more than they have normal Dominion, which I think is a good sign. So what did they change? They changed up the renown acquisition in Dominion, and they changed up zone capturing speeds. And they also changed up Shinobi. Now, how do I feel about the changes? I honestly didn't notice the renown differences that much. I mean, I'm sure they were there. I just didn't notice them as much because I don't focus on that as much. I did notice the zone capturing speed changes. It used to be that the more people in a zone, the faster the zone was captured. But now it doesn't matter how many are in the zone. It will be captured at the same rate, which I think is a good thing. I'm fine with that. It encourages the team to spread out and work more individually instead of everyone just rushing to one zone to cap it really quickly and then bum rush to the other zone to cap it really quickly and then just repeat this process. Because what they do is, let's say you have 3 members of a team, right? They just all rush to zone A. They take it. Then they all rush to zone C. And then they fight and gank the person in zone C and then take zone C. And then rush back to zone A. It becomes very, very hard for the enemy team to even have a chance. So I like this because it doesn't encourage that anymore. Literally, you can gank in zone A all day, but as long as the enemy team can keep sending someone in to try to keep you from capping it, ganking gets you nothing. So I actually really like that. In fact, I noticed while playing, there were far fewer ganking instances. There were a few, but not nearly as many. And those who did do it tended to lose. In fact, I loved one match where a dude straight up messaged me saying, "Dude, we were kicking your ass. How did you beat us?" Because you all sat in zone C, ganking anyone who came in while the rest of the team had capped zone B and zone A. You just all decided to sit in zone C. So I like that. I like that change. And finally, Shinobi, his changes. I feel like Shinobi is right where he needs to be now. When he was first worked on in the last testing grounds, he was way too OP, and everyone agreed on that. He was a monster. Now I feel like he's right where he needs to be. He's not so OP that he's unbeatable, but he is very strong now. He's got a much stronger kit. He's not relying on his ranged attacks anymore to just sit off screen and be toxic. He actually has to get involved, get inside. I really like his mix-ups now, and I love that they made his secondary heavy attacks either unblockable or undodgeable. I kind of miss his bleed damage, but considering the fact that they've made it so much easier for him to go into sickle rain, I think it's an okay thing. I think it's fine that they got rid of it. It's disappointing because bleeding was always such a cool thing with Shinobi, but I get why they did it. It would have made him a little too strong, I think. But still, I think he's right where he needs to be. Speaking of Shinobi, the Shinobi Heroes in History will be next. In fact, I will probably be working on that this week. Now, why am I doing that? You're probably saying, man, you're getting on Heroes in History real quick. I want to take advantage of his move kit while I can. because I don't want to have to use footage of default Shinobi when making this video. I want to use the new Shinobi move kit while I can. And I know that that will go away in a few days, so I want to really hit it while I can. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and get that out of the way. Plus, with Shinobi, I've already gone into detail about what the Shinobi really were in history. So I just want to kind of knock this out and get it over with. Speaking of heroes in history, shaman. I had a few people going into the comments section telling me that I was wrong about saying shaman was a Pict, and saying that they were things like either a Native American or a vulva or something like that. Okay. Here's my thing about heroes in history, guys. All of what I do in heroes in history is based upon research that I've done and my personal opinion on what they're most likely based on. If you disagree, that's fine. You're free to disagree and be respectful and polite about that in the comments and say, hey, interesting take, but I disagree. I think that they're more based on this for blank blank reason. But when you start harassing everyone else in the comment section, telling them all they're wrong for having different opinions than you, you're no longer being a scholar. You're no longer being fair. You're now becoming toxic. Now, as for my position on shaman being a vulva, the vulva were seeresses and fortune tellers or future seers in Germanic tribe culture. Now, that could very well be a likely idea for what shaman could be, except for a few small factors. For one thing, the vulva were not warriors like shaman is. They were well respected in their societies. Shaman is not. She's considered more of a savage psychopath. And the vulva were sometimes seen as not necessarily tribalistic leaders, but spiritual leaders. They were respected even by Rome in some cases. Shaman is feared by everybody. Now, the reason I said the Picts, to clarify it down, is shaman is seen as a savage, wild warrior by everyone. And the Picts, while not savage, were seen that way by their enemies. The shaman tattoos and paints her face frequently in most of her outfits, and the Picts were known to do that. I thought that, and she's paganistic by nature that's very much a large part of who she is. And the Picts were Celtic and paganistic by nature before Christianity came to be a thing. Now, if you disagree, that's fine, but be respectful about it. I don't like reading through my comments section to see that a lot of people have been getting comments from people saying that they're not only wrong, but stupid or stealing from culture. It's not cool, okay? Okay. You're free to disagree with me, but be respectful about it. All right. So on to other things instead of For Honor. Let's leave For Honor alone for a minute. Let's talk about some other stuff. I will be doing the next Dead by Daylight analysis soon on Meg, one of the survivors. Now, you might be thinking, again, why am I doing this so soon? Didn't I just do a DVD analysis? What's the deal? It's because October is on its way. And when October hits, I'm going to break protocol a little. And instead of doing the survivors and killers in order, I'm going to skip ahead to the Halloween team. You know, the Michael Myers and Laura Strode characters, because they are from the Halloween movies. And how can I resist that on October? Also, with the coming of October, I'm going to be doing a lot of other things, but I'll get more into that once we actually reach October. Also, Fantastical History is being worked on. I'll be doing my next video on merfolk, on mermaids and the like, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. But I also need to give y'all some bad news. There is some bad news. With my brother getting better, I will be going back to work soon. With my brother better now, I'm no longer exposed to the coronavirus. And that means that once I get cleared negative and I get myself, disinfected and all that, and all my clothes are washed and that kind of nonsense, I will be expected to go back to work. And that means my schedule is going to get crazy busy. And I won't be able to release videos as frequently as I would like. I'm sorry to say that. It sucks. I wish it wasn't that way. But that is the way it's going to have to be for the foreseeable future. I promise once I have a better understanding of my schedule, I will release things more regularly, and I'm sorry that it's going to take a while. Okay, let's wrap up today with a story sharing. Y'all might like this one. This one's kind of funny. Okay, so how many of you guys have seen Jurassic World, the movie? Okay, so if you remember in Jurassic World, Chris Pratt's character, Owen Grady, he trained 4 raptors, Blue, Delta, Charlie, and Echo. And I always liked that aspect of the movie because, you know, I'm a big raptor fanboy. I love raptors. And I always thought, wouldn't it be cool to be able to train your own raptors? Now, with that in mind, me and my friend Hannah, who draws a lot of the art for my stuff, thought about Jurassic World and that concept, and also remembered the anime called Everyday Life with Monster Girls, wherein monster people are real and they are going through an exchange program to live in human society. And we thought, wouldn't it be interesting if we could retell Jurassic World, but with rules and lore created in Everyday Life with Monster Girls? And Hannah was on board with this. So what this is the following. The story follows Owen Grady, who has been called out of the Navy to train 4 raptors, lizard men with raptor variant DNA, Blue, Delta, Charlie, and Echo. They are specialists and are being trained to be special forces operatives in like specialty police, SWAT, if you will, to deal with monster infractions. So say that you have a group of minotaurs or something like that, or monsters of some variety causing trouble, breaking the law, and humans can't get involved to deal with it because that would be breaking the interspecies exchange bill. You can call in the raptor girls to deal with it. The problem is they are, of course, girls. They are still feeling, thinking individuals. And because of that, they have their own share of baggage and issues that they have to deal with. And Owen has to try to help them through that. And so it's become kind of this fun retelling of the story of how Owen is helping these girls not only integrate into human society, but also be a functioning, working, cohesive unit. It's very funny because I had to apply personalities to these characters. Like, for example, Blue is the natural leader. She does whatever Owen tells her. She is the one who tells off the others when they act up. The oldest sister, you know, that kind of thing. You got Charlie, who's the youngest. She's the goofy one. She's the wild one. She wants to just play and have fun. She doesn't want to work, and if you make her work, she gets very upset. You got Delta, who's kind of the standoffish jerk one. She doesn't like authority figures. She doesn't like being told what to do. She begrudgingly does what she's told, but she's more violent, more vicious, very much a warmonger, if you will. And then you've got Echo, who used to be pretty hardcore, but after an accident has now kind of shut herself off. She's sort of reclusive. She's very shy, doesn't like confrontation. She kind of hides herself. You know, creating these characters was very entertaining because the movie doesn't give them personalities really, but you kind of have to establish them and give them yourself. It was a lot of fun doing that, and Hannah loves the story. She still wants me to continue it. I'm very slow about writing it because it's a little weird writing, but I'm enjoying it. And if y'all are interested, I'll leave a link in the description for y'all to check out, or I'll comment you a link to the story. I hope that y'all find that as interesting as I did. Okay, guys, that about wraps it up. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We're almost at our goal of 15,000. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe another Q&A video. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. If y'all would like that, let me know in the comments. Leave a like for the video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below with your thoughts, your opinions, what you want. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Take care.
Kuma Shuriken 影風車加藤優香の術